game is when you're having like you don't have any more ways to heal yourself, and you're like on edge all the time.
Aw.
Now you won't hit it there.
Oh no!
I guess you have to jump over it and then shoot. Oh, nice one. I think it doesn't like that. Very well.
Whoa!
Ah! He got up just in time. I think he's too big to get up there. I think that's why he's not getting up.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh!
Yeah, Tim is kind of a glass cannon right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage.
Oh!
But you're getting more HP now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just try to hit everything. Oh gosh. Very nice. Respect.
Well, still getting way more HP, so you got like 100% more HP now than before.
Oh god!
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
no, you
you're.
lost.
Nope.
Don't forget the barrier stuff.
Oh, you
Oh,
got
yeah.
an achievement.
Yeah, leech yourself on it. I mean, it's stuck. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, it's not dead yet. Oh, it's dead.
Oh.
So, the way the damage works in Swords of Madness against the monsters is basically, if you hit a limb, it does a little bit of damage to the main body, but the actual HP is tied to the main body's HP, which is like the core. So if you hit limbs, it will not deal as much damage, but you can still destroy limbs so that they are not attached anymore.
Whoa! Oh no!
So you can kill limbs individually, but to actually kill the monsters, you need to hit the main body, or destroy all the limbs. So hitting multiple limbs at the same time can deal a lot of more damage to the main body as well.
That's the end of Andrew.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
Andrew. But he managed to get far.
Yeah, he got pretty far, and this is
Even-
kind of like how a good player should be able to get, like at the start, like a normal player should be able to get to the Chaos Souls in a run or 2 or 3, 4.
Phil, could you, Tim, press once to the right? Yeah, just check out what else we would... Because we can choose between different characters.
And I would like to say that you need to pay attention to the last name of the characters, because those will give you different starting stats. So you can see this one has a little bit less life, but more speed. The other one had more life, and the other one had more resistance to elemental stuff.
Awesome.
Okay. Cool.
Well, Per, I think that was a great impression and introduction into the game.
Yeah.
So, if anyone felt like they should try it themselves, feel free to, because the demo is free
it.
for everyone. Just
Try
scroll a
it.
little bit further down and install and play it. And if you like what you've seen so far already, you can also buy the game because it's in early access. And it's coming to full release on the 11th of May. Which also means that it's going to be a little bit more pricey, because then it's full release and full of content.
Yes.
So if you take your chances now, you will have a little bit of a discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Per, thanks so much
Thanks
for
for your
showing us the
time.
game, for explaining us a little bit about what this is all about, how it works. Tim still has a long way to go. But we'll get there.
Definitely. Will do.
Okay, Pear.
Yeah, thanks
Okay.
for having me.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks,
too.
Bear.
And
Take
everyone
care.
else,
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
We all know that fear, the most primordial fear of them all, the fear of the unknown. We are right to fear it. Behind that veil of the known lies cosmic madness. Join the cult of knowledge. Collect that elder blood. Feed the pool of knowledge. For ancient might demands sacrifice. Find the source of madness. Stop what is to come.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
It's Julian
And Tim.
And today we'll be going live at the Going Rogue, a festival of persistence on Steam.
Yes.
A really nice event highlighting really cool games, and one of them we're going to play, which is Source of Madness. As you can see, we'll be playing the full version today, but if you want to play it and you don't have it yet, because you can already buy it, you can still play the demo and get a little bit of a glimpse of what this game is all about. So feel free to scroll down a little bit and press the install demo button,
Yes.
or just buy the full game already. Anyways, we'll not be together, just Tim and me. We will having someone else with us today, and that's Pear from our development from Kerry Castle.
Yes.
So let's say hello to Pear. Hey, Pear.
Yes.
Hey, Bear.
Greetings and salutations.
Nice. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Lots of darkness, but
That's good.
I guess we're going for lighter times in Sweden, at least.
That's true. That's true. I mean, in Germany, it's not much different right now. There's still as you can hear from me, I'm still a little bit hit, but we're all doing fine, and we're really looking forward to playing the game because
Yeah.
it has been some time. We've been streaming for like end of last year when the game released, and there have been quite a few months passed since then with a lot of additional content that came into it, and we're getting close to the release, so we really need to say and tell you guys while playing what actually happened in between. But first of all, for everyone that hasn't been with us until then, would you like to explain a little bit, Pear, about what this game is all about?
Yeah, so Madness is a roguelite action game, which is basically you battle against an infinity amount of different monsters that we combine them, and then we make them walk with AI. And almost all of the artwork has been painted by AI as well. So it's a lot of. So Madness is basically a blend between our craziness and our desire to see what the AIs can bring out in the cosmic horror universe. So you play as a cultist and you learn lots of spells, and then you get this roguelite run where you keep on dying, but you keep on finding more loot and new stuff. And one big thing that we have changed in how the meta game is basically we have these legendary stats that you get more and more of, and those can kind of help you and combine things in kind of like getting procs and that kind of stuff to really grow as a player and your build in the game.
I'm really curious about that. You think we'll be able to see it in Tim's first run?
Well, not if it's a new run.
It is.
Yeah.
But
No.
still, yeah. Well, shall we start?
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, we have several games we can play from. So if you want to try again, sometimes I guess it's good for achievements, but mostly you can play the game as much as you want and replay. So therefore, one save should be sufficient.
Towers of madness, staring back menacingly. We must open the third gate to give access to the moon once more. We do this unwillingly, but we must.
So,
I don't remember. Did we have this prologue when you played the last time?
We actually did have the prologue. Oh,
Yeah.
we had the intro cinematic, but
Yeah.
I believe that the situation we have right now, where you start on this house, that wasn't included.
Yeah. So a lot of change since then.
Really sweet. Oh my god.
I mean, I guess we could have made it into a boss battle like Dark Souls, but there will be enough suffering.
There's a refugee. Too many legs.
oh,
Yeah, I think there's a limit to how many legs someone should have.
Yeah. It's like the Animal Farm.
So Per, the people we're meeting right now, they are there all the time, right? Or at least when
Yeah.
you start the game and you come back, those will be persistent.
Yeah, this is more of like an introduction to the game, and this is only for the prologue and the tutorial, pretty much. But we kind of want to wrap up the tutorial not as a straight-on tutorial, but as a little bit of a lore thing as well. So this part of the game basically introduces a player, and he's one of the refugees that fled from the invasion of the Lonelands, and that's why you met all those other disturbed people at the start. And this is how they get into the Tower of Knowledge originally, through the sewers. And then if you play the game long enough, you will return to the sewers for the Act 2, and you will go deeper down.
Which is also the furthest you can go currently, right? Act 2.
Yeah, well, kind of. Well, you can go further than the sewers. You can go to spoiler territory. Yeah.
And considering we're playing this for the first time, how far do you think we can come?
Well,
What's
I
your
think.
bet?
Well, I think it depends. I think Tim will. It's Tim playing, right? So I think he will be able to probably. He looks like a veteran game player. So I think he will manage to beat the tutorial at least.
Yeah. Oh,
Without
can
dying.
we go back to the UI for a second and show what it's about and how it works? Per, would you mind telling us a little bit about at least a little bit about the values that we can see right now?
Oh yeah. So well, we wanted a lot of stats, and well, you have the life, which is life, but it's the set life that you have, and then damage increase, which increase damage of course, but it's a bit more of a rare stats. And well, I think it's the kind of normal stats you have in a game like Diablo and that kind of stuff. It's kind of where we got our inspiration, where we have like cold damage and cold resistance, and then you have movement speed, so it increase. Yeah, you can find items and stats that to complement what kind of gameplay style you would like to have.
Nice, really nice. And looking at like the damage types we can do. I mean, you can go ahead, Tim, while we're talking about this. Looking at the damage types we have, like nature damage or ice damage, are the creatures that we'll be meeting resistant to parts of these?
Some of them are, but it will be something that comes a little bit later into the game, where you will fight elemental type enemies, and then there's some flavor as well.
So Tim already knows where to equip what.
Yeah.
The effects are really cool.
This is probably the fireball is probably the first spell I made for the game.
Ah.
It goes back a long time. It's but it's kind of nice, like kind of being able to fire away these kind of like fireballs and see them like loop around a corner or that kind of stuff.
Also, what you couldn't do in the past is now you can see the actual health of the monster, right?
Yeah, we added health bars at. Yeah, so now Tim did die. But we'll have some respawns here to make sure that it doesn't become too frustrating. So you can even continue off where you left.
It's crazy.
Woohoo!
You got another treasure.
Trash.
Ooh.
So we have a lot of auto equipment stuff going on, and sometimes that can be a little bit detrimental to the player. But I guess you need to look at what you actually equip.
Well, I guess like having over 60 more health is probably a good thing, especially
Yes.
in
Yeah.
at the start.
Especially for me.
Yeah.
Looking at health, how does it work? I mean, currently we have 111 health, but every time something hits us, we get lower health. Is there a way for us to replenish health, or is it like most roguelites play with, that once the health is down, you will have almost no means of replenishing it?
No, we actually kind of I think it would be nice to have it as that way as well, that we don't replenish it that easily, but we have so that you can unlock health potions in the skill tree, and you can later also unlock health refill stations further into the game. This is something like by default the health refill stations are enabled right now when you progress to a new level while playing a run. But we're going to hide that a little bit behind the unlock tree, so that you have to actually unlock those refill stations.
Oh.
Oh, can I jump on those lights?
Looks a little bit like it. I mean, you can jump against them, so I guess you can jump on them too.
Yes. Oh, made it. Woohoo!
Well, well.
Are you playing with a mouse and keyboard?
Yes.
Yeah. So our main target input is probably the gamepad, but we made sure that it kind of works as well with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, Tim is a huge mouse and keyboard fan.
Yeah. And I think for the release, we're also going to improve the aiming of the dashing as well, so that it so you don't, if you kind of right now you can kind of release the AVSD when you press shift by accident, so you can kind of dash in the wrong direction sometimes. So I made sure that it doesn't reset the direction when you release it. So that will be improved on the launch patch.
So here we are.
Scootery.
So you can see a pretty big skill tree. What?
So would you mind telling us a little bit about how this works?
Well, basically there are 2 skill trees in this blood hall. And the first one is more like general progression and unlock skills and classes. But you need to also find those classes inside the world. And the other, and these are usually done by filling them with blood from the monsters. While in the second altar, it's more like permanent progression stuff, like you can increase drop chance, you can increase what kind of tiers you can find in the world, like tier of the items. Then you can improve the chance of getting more rare items, and you can also unlock more dashes, which is very useful. And you can also unlock the health potion, which is very useful.
I believe I had the health potion when I played it very, very early on, and I think I upgraded that one as well because it was very, very good for me to use. Yeah, there you go. Greed, Void Affinity, so a lot of nice additions. Yeah.
So. Ooh.
Is the starting area pair, is it already as you envisioned it for the full release, or will there be some more changes to it once we
not for the launch, I think. I think what we have now is pretty good. We will probably add a map maybe at some point, or we will have a map on the wiki page of the place because it's very easy to get lost. In the world. But I think it's kind of like a little bit of a charm to have a big area at the start where you can just discover things. And originally we had actually all the unlocks spread out in the tower. So the place you saw now was kind of a place where you can unlock a certain class and that kind of stuff. But we decided to move everything more concentrated to save people's time and making sure that they understood that those unlocks existed.
That makes sense, yeah.
But we still kind of wanted to keep it because it's kind of nice to have a fleshed out starting area. And at some point we probably want to add more stuff. And we have some things where there's like hidden stuff on things we can, like for example this mirror, we might add it as a portal in the future, maybe. If there's time. And so we're kind of like opening up those possibilities for us.
So what we can say for sure right now is that we'll be releasing on the 11th of May.
Yes.
For the full release, so it's like not even 2 weeks from now. And with that release, there's what's coming with the release? Would you mind telling us, Per?
Yeah, so the main big thing with the release is that we're going to unlock the Act 3 part of the game, which is the final act. And and you will find I will give you a hint. You will need to go to the moon once more to go through a very evil gate that you couldn't open before, but it will be open now. If you beat Act 2 at least. And I think the final boss will be very interesting for people.
I'm very curious, but I don't think we will even come to the second.
No.
Let alone the first.
Yeah, I think there will be a couple of hours before that.
Okay, Tim, come join the action. Let's go.
And we're also going to probably release a few more ease of life things and a little bit more balancing and that kind of stuff for the launch as well.
Book of the Dead.
So this is basically where you will see the acts of the game. Like you are on the act 1 and you get a little bit more of a flavor text like you get in Diablo 2.
I was just gonna say.
And this also, the Book of the Dead is also an obituary of all the tries you have done with other characters. So every character will be saved in the obituary, and you'll be able to see all the characters you have played before.
Alright. Let's slay some evil, I guess. Well, at least let's try it. Good luck, Tim.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, we can also see the game has achievements, right, Fair?
Yep.
So whoever wants to have a good hunt for achievements, feel free to do so. I guess there's quite a few that you can get, and not all of them are easy to collect.
Yeah, and if there's feedback that people want more, we might add a couple more in the future, but only for Steam, probably. Well, at least no damage taken yet.
Yes, very good. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
he
I
does
must
have a
say-
melee build.
Yeah, I must say that that's what I was going for, because I'm honestly not very good at the melee builds. I'm more into range damage.
I feel like you have to have a certain way of playing to get the melee build working, but it is very effective for speed runs if you get it working.
Oh, I imagine that. Yeah, that's true.
Also, another thing we've changed is that you can actually aim, or you can direct all the projectiles in a direction. Because before we had, so you could only aim to the sides with the melee slash and the wave magic stuff. But we decided to let you aim all of them.
Oh, there's something big. Crazy, like how it's trying to rope itself up and get to you. Like that's part of the machine learned AI, right? So that it's trying to figure out a way how to approach you.
Yeah, pretty much. We also have some extra systems that we made to make sure that it's always like a little bit more challenging. So we're kind of combining the AI and a little bit of a pathing system as well. Yeah, some physics animals.
Oh my god, be careful, don't let the animals be hurt.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Now it's getting crazy.
Ah!
Oh my god, save the chickens! No!
I need chicken support.
I mean, I think the best part is like when it's like grabbing chickens and animals and throw them at you.
Oh. What?
Oh.
He did it.
What? No loot? Oh. Oh.
Well, there's loot
Okay.
just ahead.
Is it?
I think so. Isn't that a chest? If you go a little bit further.
Further.
Yeah, but there's a.
Yeah, there's a chest.
Yeah, there's a chest.
No.
Why we watch out. You also have a new ability that you, or item that you found that you haven't used yet. If you press 1,
Ooh, that's cool.
you have this turret that you can set out.
Poor cow. But he did it.
Ho ho!
The turret is really nice. Flameland.
Oh, this is pretty nice if you want more distance.
Distance is always a good thing.
Yeah, especially
Oh,
when
yes.
you will have 20 HP.
So Pierre, the rings you will get, they are all randomly generated, right? Even those at the start?
No, they actually, all of them are handmade. And they are set to be. But they have properties that can be randomized.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Especially
meant, sorry.
the legendary stats are the more... they can change how you play the game pretty much. But you will not find as many legendary stats early on.